Warning, warning. Two seekers are looking for objects on the holder's wiki. Please cover your ears and await further instructions.
Hello, welcome back to Discovering SCP, my little younglings.
You're looking at the guys who just got 2 victory royales in a row and pulled off the greatest heists of the century.
Yeah, as a side gig.
Yeah, all a day's work for gamers like us.
You might be familiar with my Twitch account, Ninja.
That's that. Does Ninja still play Fortnite? I haven't heard that name in a while. Oh man,
I don't know what else he's good for.
Maybe we're not truly pros though, because we play on zero build. We don't know how to epic build.
We play without crutches, is what you mean.
Yeah, without crutches, except for the heists and the shield potions.
You mean the gameplay? Gameplay mechanics?
Of course.
I love how those are gameplay mechanics. The building mechanic, however, is not.
The thing that the series is named after.
The thing what do you mean, Fortnite?
Yeah, Fort.
Oh, well no, Fortnite. It's like...
So, Fortnite originally was a single-player game where you would build a fort with the build mechanic to shoot zombies, but the multiplayer was so much better that they just pivoted to that, because everyone loved it.
I see. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Fortnite. Unless we are, but we're not.
I wish we were. What are we here to talk about today, Tim Honey?
I have some fiction there. We checked this out quite a while ago for a couple of episodes. Every now and then we pop our heads back into this universe.
Is it the No Sleep universe, Smile?
No. We're going to be finding out how to get these fucking objects, man, from the holders.
No way. It's been a while.
I need to find these freaking objects.
Me going to any halfway house. Why any?
Any.
They all have them. Why? It just seems so fucked up. We've buried these ancient objects of like madness and torture where all the people who have mental issues are. Seems like not a smart thing to do. I don't know. What kind of face would you make if I asked you about a halfway house?
I would be furious and shivering in terror.
Alright, give me the holders links. How many we got today?
We got 5. I don't know when we'll get through all 5, but I've got 5 prepared.
I'm so happy.
We'll begin with the holder of trade.
Well, more than happy, I'm sleepy. Okay.
One of the most important social contracts we have, the principle of fair trade. However,
like a stockholder?
What happens when that trade becomes most unfair? Let's find out.
Time to exploit. Alright, you got this, right?
Yeah,
You're the reader, I'm the reader.
I'll do the first one, you do the second one, I'll do the third one. You know, we'll go back and forth.
You better not make the longer ones the ones that
I haven't read these in advance. You think I've read these in advance?
You have absolutely read these in advance.
I haven't.
You've at least skimmed them for length.
Someone said they were good, so I picked them.
Alright, deal.
In any city in any country, so there's no comma there, I have to read it that way, enter the largest shopping mall you can find.
Oh.
We recommend you take a fast car for a quick getaway afterwards.
This is the Eclipse Estate heist.
Bring with you your most prized possession. Not another object, they are not your possessions. They merely let you hold on to them for a while. Find the customer service desk and ask politely to speak to the holder of trade while handing over a cash bribe. $1,000 at a local equivalent should do. The person at the desk will look around furtively and then lead you to the door of a nearby office which you didn't see before speaking to them. They will knock 3 times and open the door. The person who steps out should be a burly, grey-haired man wearing a blue business suit and smoking a cigar. If you see anyone else in his place, flee for your life, and with great fortune you may escape RNG already.
So this is fucked up, because they can't be everywhere at once, so like there's only one shopping mall where it will be good, right?
Well, no, it's any shopping mall.
Yeah, but like, why would it be someone else that pops out?
I don't know. It's just again, we begin with RNG. There's nothing you can do about that.
I think the idea is like something's tricked like the holder intel if you see anything else, but like I don't know, man. It's so fucked up that you can get killed at the start for nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. There's no secret test of character there. That's just bad luck.
Rolled bad. You just rolled a 1. Yes, please continue. I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. He will greet you gruffly and ask you what your business is. Do not be fooled. This is merely the guardian of the one you want. Stare him in the eye and tell him, I seek an audience with the true holder. A look of terror will briefly flash over his face.
Hold on, did you skip something? I'm so lost.
What? He will greet you gruffly and ask what your business is. Do not be fooled. This is merely the guardian of the one you want. Stare him in the eye and tell him, I seek an audience with the true holder. A look of terror will flash briefly over his face, then be replaced with anger as he tells you he is the holder. How dare you question him? Keep staring him in the eye and repeat, I seek an audience with the true holder, like a Sigma.
Nice.
Finally, he will wilt and turn back into the office. I assume he walks into it, not like transforms, slamming the door behind him. Do not follow him, nor listen to his bleeding and whining on the other side of the door. Finally, it will open and he will lead the true holder out by the hand. The holder always takes the form of a small child, though its exact appearance varies. It will be carrying a green silk drawstring purse in one hand. Pretend you believe it actually is a child. Try not to look into its eyes, you won't like what you see in them. The child will rush up to you and grasp your hand. Its hands are so cold you'll fear that yours will freeze solid and snap. Do not flinch. You are safe as long as you do not show any sign that you know there is something odd about it. Greet the child kindly. Go over it. Ruffle its hair if you like.
If you like. I'm trying not to fucking freeze to death.
It's like, you don't get any bonus points for this, but...
It helps, it sells.
The guardian will follow out the office, reassuming his former gruff manner as he tells you to keep a close eye on his child and take good care of it. Ignore the fact that he is now starting to sprout odd appendages, horns, tentacles, extra eyes, and so on. He is currently harmless. It's the child you need to watch. The child will look up to you. Once again, we must point out, do not look it in the eye.
How do they know the exact way to get through it if they still have the object? You know what I mean? Like, how did they chart this?
I don't know. Trial and error. And say you brought them a gift. Hand over your most treasured possession. You will take it, look at you, smile benignly, and thank you politely. Then tear or smash the item to pieces with inhuman strength. Smile. For the love of your soul, do not protest. Smile at the child and keep smiling as it takes your hand. The guardian will nod at you and re-enter the office, still shifting form as he does. Turn around, back into the main mall. The mall looks a little different now. The lights are made of human bones and skulls, growing a sickly fluorescent green just enough to see by. The walls drip stinking blood and the floor feels as if it's breathing under your feet. You notice that everyone you pass is turning a slow into something horrible. Everyone different and each more hideous than the last. Do not respond. Smile at them if they look at you. Apologise if you bump into them. And generally act as if they're normal humans. Some of them are. The people who are in the mall are still normal humans, seeing no difference in surroundings, thinking they are going about their normal business. Their metamorphosis pure illusion. Others, however, actually are monsters, losing the illusions which made them seem human. There is no way to tell which is which, and you must not waste your energy trying. Find the shopping cart, there should be one nearby. Do not be put off by the fact that it is made of rotting bones. The child will hand over a scroll of human skin. Take the child's hand in your left hand and enter the stores one by one. Hold on, this is like a demon like making you do its shopping for it.
That's how you get the holder of trade, brother.
It's like, yeah, you gotta pick me up some stuff. Here you go.
I need eggs. I need sausage.
I mean, the holder of trade needs them, and you can have my item. He's like, takes off a remote control. He's like, here you go. It's one of 538. Don't ever...
These fucking suckers.
Don't ever take the batteries out, or you'll die. Follow the list the child gave you. Parts of it are written in incomprehensible hieroglyphs. But then so are all the labels on the box and package. You mean it's in a different language? Incomprehensible hieroglyphs. Wow.
Yeah, let's not be culturally insensitive, holder instructor.
So they have meaning. There's another language. Fuck. I think I can handle the holder of trade myself. Like, damned for eternity.
Yeah, he opened it and it wasn't the right guy. He died instantly.
It's not related to me being cocky. It's just bad luck.
Bad RNG.
Other parts of the list are in your own mother tongue, but they tell only complex riddles to describe which item to take. Be careful, one hieroglyph looks much like another, but if you take the wrong box even once, you'll be devoured by what comes out of it. Examine every shelf in every store, make sure you get everything. Don't worry too much about how long you take, you have all the time in the world. They advise that you work fast enough that you'll still be in condition to drive when you get out. As you work, the child will jabber nonsensical words continually in increasingly shrill voice, and run back and forth, jerking your arm until the shoulder feels close to dislocation. Every time you stop, it will dart fire and scatter items from the cart on the floor. Pick them up with your right hand. Do not release the child's hand for even a moment. Pay no heed to the agonising cold in its hands or its wild struggle.
This is like the worst one so far. You have to deal with like a rampaging demon child.
This is just annoying.
This item better give me like infinite money or something, or I don't want it.
If you express any emotion other than adoration towards it, it will scream for its brothers and sisters, which are the real monsters among the mutating shoppers. And if you're familiar with the other holders, you should by now have a pretty fair idea of what they will do to you.
Based.
Scour each shop for every item on the list. You can only enter each store once, so make sure you've read the full list and checked every item in the store. Check off the items on the list as you go, if you can do so one-handed. When you're finished with each... So you don't have to, that's optional.
It just helps you keep track.
Okay. When you're finished with each one, approach the checkout clerk at the front. The clerks are even more monstrous than the shoppers, and you may feel your mind bending in a futile attempt to comprehend them. Remain resolute. They will glance at your items and tell you a price. Then the child will hold out the silk purse in the hand you are not holding. Place your right hand in the purse without releasing the child's other hand or taking the purse or on it, and dig around for the correct change by feel only. This is even harder than it sounds, even though the currencies are the usual mint of the country you're in. Every coin but one in the purse has its edges chipped and sharpened to razor fineness. Ignore the mess they will inevitably make of your fingers. Do not allow your smile to fade. Do not remove any money other than the correct change from the purse, and certainly do not remove the normal feeling one, or the coins will all fly out at you sharp edge first, eventually leaving your body in pieces.
Jesus.
Should this happen, your flesh will be devoured by the demons. Each piece still conscious for every second of digestion. My foot's gonna be conscious.
They inflicted consciousness on my pieces.
No, my pieces. And the discs left of your bones will become more coins for the next seeker to handle. Hand the money to the clerk when you find it. Make sure every coin is well smeared with your blood, and say, "So shall I shed more blood before this is done, and do it with a will to reach my goal." As you do this, each clerk will nod and fade into nothingness, smiling, insofar as you can tell of their mutilated faces. When you have found... Jesus Christ, I picked the longest one for myself, it looks like.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
When you found the last item on the unbearably long list, the unbearably long article, the writing will fade from the scroll.
This guy sounds like me now. Welcome
With
back.
what personalities. If you exit the last store having missed even one item, the list will burn to ashes, taking the building and every real human still there with it, and leaving you to suffer perpetually the pain of the fire and your own rage at
Malls are just
yourself
like
for your failure.
sporadically burning like to the ground.
Exactly. If you succeeded, head for the front doors. As you come within sight of the outside world, you'll be confronted by the most horrible creature yet. If you can bear to look at it without screaming, which will alert the rest of the beasts and call them to feed on you, you may notice that the rags of a blue suit hang from its misshapen form. This is the true appearance of the holder's guardian, its transformation complete. The holder will release your hand at this point, run forward and hug the monster. Let it do so and make sure you do not lose your smile. Push the cart forward for the beast's inspection. It will nod and say, "Do you have the change?" We are actually just doing this guy's shopping. Politely ask the child to hand you the silk purse. It will do so. Dig around in the purse, laughing and talk as you do so. We recommend you comment on the fabulous deals you found in the stores.
That's like a Midwest-ass fucking thing.
Scoop all the coins except for the one with no sharp edges into your hand, but don't remove your hand from the purse yet. Mutter about how the last few pennies seem to be caught in the lining. Keep making rummaging motions with your hand in the purse and talking absent-mindedly until the thing clears its throat impatiently. Hurl the money into its face and scream as loud as you can. Is this a fair trade to keep them at bay? Run towards the doors before it recovers. It's like recoiling from having coins thrown at it. Make sure you still have hold of the purse. The child will follow you. Push it to the ground and leave it. Throw yourself out through the front doors and get away for as fast as possible. You'll hear the screams of the child as you go. It has failed in its duty and its kin are exacting their revenge. Do not be tempted to look back, however heart-rending or satisfying you may find the sound, or you will see what the child really looks like, and none who have seen it have remained insane long enough to describe it. Drive until the next sunrise. Do not stop, whatever you may see outside the car, and keep your doors and windows locked. As soon as it's fully light, pull over. Open the purse. In it there will be one final coin left over. Take it, hide it, and burn the purse to ashes. Get some first aid for your hands and then get some sleep. The coin looks like any other coin of the country you're in, $1, £1, €1. The markings on it are of an unknown civilization, and the face it bears is that of an elven creature. When placed under the tongue, it gives the gift of languages. Not worth it, to be honest.
What the fuck? Hold on, I thought this was going to be like infinite money. All it does is, you can just learn languages!
No, I have to go to the demon mall.
It's like Spanish is too hard. I have to do this.
The
You have to keep your tongue, the coin in your
is
tongue
said
the
to
whole
also
time.
graft the gift of understanding languages of animals as well as humans. Okay.
Okay, you get to talk to Rocky. I'm sure he has interesting thoughts.
The coin is even able to translate written languages. I would fucking hope so, including ciphers.
Oh, but look.
The language of the objects themselves means the coin worthless.
So you
Mid.
can't even use it to hunt other objects. This is the worst one.
Mid-object.
Mid-object. All the objects are mid. It's like, go to hell and back, cut off your fucking face, and you get +1 damage when you swing your fist.
The coin is object 195 and 538. Be prepared to pay the price for your prize. I shredded my hands up. What do you mean, pay the price?
You also had the, like, any fuck-up or RNG, and you would have died.
The comments agree with us.
Yeah, hold on. Pretty tough holder, but somewhat disappointing object. All that for a pound in Google Translate? Nah. That's so good. What's the next one? 13 out of 10, by the way, as always.
Of course, I assumed. This is the holder of candles next. It's so much shorter. I should have read these in advance. To give you the long ones.
Damn. I appreciate you taking the long ones. You worked really hard. Are you ready for this?
I am. I want to know more about the holder of candles. Please tell me.
Holder of candles. Hold on. Is my sound... Okay, yeah. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. Approach the woman behind the desk. Why is it a woman, specifically? What if it's a man? Do I have to start over? If there's a man working there, find another Never mind. Fuck me. You're right. If there's a man working there, find another institution. It tends not to appear in front of men. Ask that person as politely as you can manage to see the holder of candles. She won't look up, but you should. On the ceiling there will be a number. Remember it. It will be 9 digits.
Fuck's
You
sake.
won't have much time to take it in either, because as you are looking up, something cold is wrapping itself around your throat. Don't take your eyes away from the numbers on the ceiling, or you will be face to face with a horror that will drive you mad on sight. The human mind is so delicate in the Holders universe. Like, there are a lot of horrible things
you go
people
crazy
survive.
Immediately. It's like listening to everything at the end of time.
Yeah, 2 seconds and you're done.
You're insane forever.
After blacking out, you will wake up in bed at your home, or whatever you have that passes for a home,
Jesus.
without any memory of your trip to the
Why is it
institution.
roasting me?
Well, hold on. If I don't have any memory, how will I know I'm doing this ritual? Do not move. Do not search your room. Blur your vision and don't focus on any... How do you just do that on command?
Well, it's like, how do I know shall I forget these instructions?
No, you write them down in your room, so you have them. The gaping, mutilated faces of creatures and demons hide in every corner and peer out from every doorway, and they're waiting for you to notice them. How do you blur your own vision? Something is lying
Just look
in
at your
bed
nose, I think it means.
It's small, barely larger than a cat, but heavy, and moving its way toward your face. Don't look at it. Turn and stare indirectly at a wall if you have to, but be warned. Even focusing on this creature's shadow will drive you insane at a glance! Really?
Ah, it's too weird.
The power level of the holders is insane. You just, like,
if it was me, I would
Griffith would
simply
be
slay
defeated.
the holder of candles.
The God Hand would be dead instantly if they saw the shadow. Blah, blah, blah. Just as it begins to whisper in your ear, interrupt it with this question. What will light my way? If you are not quick enough, it will whisper to you in a sickly wet voice every place it has watched you from your entire life. As it tells you where you were being watched, you will remember faces in dark corners and eyes peering from closets that you had blocked out and ignored, and they'll drive you mad with horror. But
That's
you're already
not
telling
bad.
me, so I know to expect this.
Yeah, this awful truth isn't that awful, to be honest.
If you are quick enough with your question, what started as a whisper will turn into an unearthly scream in your ear. If you do not flinch, you will be sitting across from a grinning woman in a small wooden chair, with a small table between the two of you. I feel like these are all written by, like, someone just makes shit up, and they're like, how hard can I make
ChatGPT,
this?
make me a holder.
It's like, I would not want anyone who's written a Holders article as my DM, because they are just trying to kill me. Like, for sure.
Sorry,
Her body is...
it was a different guy, and now you're insane forever.
Pretty much. Her body is normal and draped in a white gown, but her face is stretched and distorted.
Oh.
Her eyes bulge to the size of baseballs, and her grin is easily the length of your forearm. My forearm, we have different length forearms, displaying an unnatural...
We're talking to you directly. You're in the room with this guy. This is a monologue.
Phew! Her head is at least the size of a beach ball. But
That's not that big.
That's like average, maybe slightly big.
My
There's
head's
a
the
candle
size of
sitting
two
on the
beach balls.
table. You must give her the number if you can still remember it. Failure will result in her opening her mouth as you sit there immobile. She will slowly bite your head off clean, and you will survive being swallowed and slowly digested to death. If you succeed, she will show no sign, but will sit complacently while you pick up the candle and leave. Her eyes will follow you out. What if I ask her out on a date, huh? What happens then?
Then you have the holder of love.
If you light the candle, an image will dance in its flames, and its light will illuminate the
Not
darkest
worth.
of shadows.
Not worth
I
it.
could just use a flashlight!
I had to remember 9 fucking digits.
Like, these objects are never worth it!
No,
It's like they
just
want it to
one
be as
more
hard as
object, bro.
possible
Just
while
one
giving
more
you the
object.
least reward. You know what? This
The
would have
next
been a
one
great
will be-
object.
The next one will be so good, bro. I swear. One more ritual.
You know what would be good to have this object if you were, like, in the year 0? Maybe that would be nice.
Yeah, but caveman going to his nearest halfway house.
Halfway cave? Oh, man. This is so
Oh, keep going. There's a little bit more.
Oh, the candle's object 284 of 538. Never glance at the image or your eyes will grow wide.
I can't even... The image that dances in the flames of the candle you got as your reward. Don't ever fucking look at it or else you lose.
And
What's the
a
point?
grin will spread across
This
your
is
face.
active detriment to me.
Hold on, but they said it's a woman looking at you. So if you were a man and you turn, does this imply you transition if you look at the shadows?
Yeah.
Because you become the new holder.
Well,
like,
you
right?
have to sit in a room, I guess.
The last one didn't even have this, where it's like, don't do X or you will become.
At least
the
you could
new
use the
holder.
last one.
But like, just study.
Well, just like,
instead?
at least you could do something with it. This one's like, don't even fucking look at this thing you risked your existence for.
Because there's never a shadow in your life, right? Where like a light isn't strong enough, because that's not how shadows work. Where it's like, oh, my flashlight's too weak to dispel the darkness. I just like love the idea of a proud seeker missing like half his limbs, like on death's door, and he's like got 4 objects and they're all worthless.
Yeah, I can speak Spanish.
SpongeBob with his fucking penny and his napkin and his chip.
Hold on, did it even say that you could speak the other language? It just said you could understand them.
This is the worst ever. What's the next one?
The next one is the holder of putridity.
Oh, hold on, there's a comment on this one that says, I can see forever in flames.
Wow, that guy definitely didn't follow the instructions.
He obtained it. Do you want this one, or do you want me to do
I'll
it?
do it.
Because you had a long one. Alright, you got it.
In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit something that calls itself the holder of putridity. The attendant will pay no mind to your request and go about his, and only his, business. Okay, this is the male version. Upon the end of that worker's shift, follow him home and sleep outside his door.
No, I'm alright. I think if I was reading this as a seeker, I'd be like, I'm not doing this one.
When he returns
I'm good.
to work the next day, request an audience to hold once more, and repeat the actions from the previous day. After 120 days of requests, the attendants will then gaze at you and gently beckon you to follow. What if he quits in the
Can you
meantime?
imagine you like, I want to work at a mental institution to help people, and you're there, and the guy stalks you for 120 days.
What if the guy leaves, like, goes on vacation in the middle of it? Does that
break your streak? What if he gets fired?
Exactly, for not talking to people because you ask.
Yeah. What if while you're in the middle of your streak, someone else comes to ask about a different holder? Does that also break it?
What if someone else wants to visit the holder of putridity? They have a separate 120 days. There's a crowd outside this guy's front door, just sleeping.
This is awful.
It's a fucking homeless camp. He will lead you out the back door of the institution's lobby and into the courtyard facility. In the centre of this courtyard will be a small well. He will motion for you to leap inside it. Do so, and do not climb out until night is firmly set. To do otherwise will cause your internal organs to revolt and burst inside your body, dooming you to a slow, agonising death from sepsis. If you do manage to wait in the filth at the bottom of the well for night to come, you can then make your attempt to climb out. If you hear any noise while climbing, climb faster. For if you fall or delay even the slightest amount, the carnal essence of grime and disgust will reach out for you and snap you back into its realm of decay to rot for festering eternities.
Jesus Christ.
Should you make it out of the well, you will see the landscape of the courtyard has changed. What once was a neatly maintained garden is now a repugnant swamp. As you step out of the corroded stone surface of the well, you'll plunge far deep into sickly black waters, periodically bubbling and bursting with an abominable stench of infinite sickness. A glance around will show you encased by an impossibly dense ring of coniferous trees, restricting you in a small circle of horrific filth and disgust. Gaze across from where you emerge from the well, however, and you will see him, A great, hideous pig, gloriously corpulent, gazing at you with listless yet nonetheless malevolent black eyes. His tightly scratched skin smeared with all colours and textures of blood and vomit, which leak profusely and endlessly from his array of orifices and grotesque sores.
Ooh.
Step up to the porcine abomination and gaze not too long at the perpetually running fluid that emit from his girth, or they may run together to form pictures and diseases and plagues unimaginable to a mere mortal such as yourself. Instead, gaze directly into his beady, pitch-black eyes and ask a single question. How will they infect this world? The pig will begin to speak in a grating, squealing, gore-drenched voice, its throat clogged with all breeds of mucus and scum. He will tell you every detail of every disease that has walked the earth. You will learn the intricacies of the cellular structure of the Ebola virus,
This is just
the Black Plague. Yeah?
This is just like this isn't gross.
You cut out
It's
for a
just
second there, my
informative.
friend. I didn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello?
Uh-oh.
It's
Is it
your
not yours?
internet. It's not my internet. Oh, hold
Yes.
on, let me check. Internet speed test.
He's going to say it's my fault.
Yeah, my internet's fine. It is your fault. Your internet.
Oh, it's fixed itself. Whatever just happened, it's fixed itself.
Yeah. I'm literally doing an internet speed test.
Yeah, mine's fine as well.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's the ocean between us. Maybe a wave got too big and it blocked the connection.
1 second.
Hello?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I'm going to keep reading, though.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All I was saying is that this is like rather informative. Like if I was a nurse, this alone would be very helpful, or like a doctor or something.
Yeah, this is just like a science lesson,
Yeah, it's not gross at all.
but forever. You will learn the intricacies of the Ebola virus, the Black Plague, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, and every other great and small infection that has cursed creatures through the ages. You'll be instructed in the principles of decomposition in humans and other living creatures, including the horrifying death rituals and funereal rites of entities from worlds far beyond your own. You will not forget a single detail of what you hear, for what you hear is a testament of putridity in all its majestic forms. Usually this is the punishment if you fail. And you will learn of the greatest of them all, infection which will sweep across the earth very soon.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
Oh no. Bring your feet infinitely worse than death. Okay. To all the denizens of the world.
Lost taste. Can't taste anymore.
If you do not go irrevocably and instantaneously insane from hearing its name alone, you may be able to proceed. Don't say it, Donna, please.
COVID-19.
My mind snaps like a twig. Upon the end of the pig's litany of plagues, you will ever so slowly heave his girth to face you directly. At that moment, you will inhale lungfuls of putrid air and breathe them upon you in exaltation of utter blackness and sickness. You must breathe deeply of these heinous winds, or the creature before you will not hesitate to devour you, as his hunger is vast and insatiable. If you breathe without hesitation, you will feel yourself fall back into the well of the institution from whence you came, and if you have the strength, you may climb out and continue your journey. But upon finally coming back to your world, your body will be racked with sputtering coughs, and your skin will split and crack with all manner of sores, letting pus and grime run freely across you. And, oh my god, your very soul will seem to turn black as a sex organ.
As the excuse me, Tan, could you read that as it's written, please? As the cunt of a syphilitic whore.
That is what it says.
That's what they wrote. That's
Right.
their words, not ours.
This disease you now carry is object 194. Not worth it. Should you bring them together, perhaps this plague will leave you, but at what cost? Just don't do it!
I guess the only goal is like if you want to become a living biological weapon, just spread it to everyone else.
It's not worth it.
What? So you go through all this trouble just to be miserable for the rest of your life? Yeah, someone even was like, I see where you're coming from, but who would do this? Oh my god. Tan, are you okay?
I am.
Are you the holder of putridity?
No, look at me, I'm not a pig. You call me a pig?
You could be. You could be.
Damn. This is fucked up because I've just gone to the next one and it's so short.
Give it to me. Let me warm up my old voice. Me, 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 me. Oh, man. This should be a breeze. You ready?
Yeah.
Holder of hunger. In any state, in any country, find an animal shelter. Enter it and ask to see the one who calls himself Holder of Hunger. Should everyone look at you at once, run fast and far and fast, my dear, for the hounds of hell shall be on your heels in minutes.
Minutes? That's not that quick.
But should only the desk worker look at you, you are safe. For now. The desk worker will ask you to follow him/her down a corridor. He/she will say to only look at his/her back. Do so, or they will find you.
Pronouns?
the NB, the non-binary, will find me. When you go down the hall, should a howling start, yell, "I am not the one to fill your hunger!" Should it stop, continue. If it persists, stay there, because you will realize that you have been going through a maze the entire time. If you had a piece of chalk, you could draw along the wall to remember your path so you could escape the howling. If not, pray for a swift end.
Tell me at the start I need to bring a piece of chalk.
Yeah, they should have fucking opened with that. Imagine reading these, like, doing the test as you go, and then you get hit with that.
You motherfucker. You killed me.
If you make it past the
I would
howling,
just, like, if I was metal, I'd be like, I'd just cut my hand and use my blood.
Oh, hell yeah, that's like a kaiji thing. If you had a piece of chalk... Oh, sorry. If you make it past the howling, then you will come to an area...
The holder will be like, impressive.
This guy, his resolve.
Like, I've never seen a seeker like this guy.
He's the holder of putridity. I can't get close
like
to
a fucking Baki character walks up to do the challenge. Yujo's like, I heard the holder is strong.
If you make it past the howling, then you will come to an area inside the maze. The center. This area will be filled to the brim with trees, and in the center will be a cage lined with razor wire.
It's like, he's telling you the awful truth. He's like, he's definitely going insane now. And he looks, and Yujo is taking notes.
He's like, I can use this.
He's like, he just like menacingly is like, please go on. Don't bore me now.
I'll have to teach my son a lesson.
He's like, don't bore me now. Keep talking.
Approach it, and inside will be a small dog, almost tiny.
Oh my god, Paddy just walked in. It's him!
It's him! But it will only answer the question, why did they go hungry? When it hears this, it will tell in excruciating detail every child going hungry, every citizen losing food for a feudal war, or their livelihood being taken as war spoils. That seems like it will take a significantly long time.
Yeah.
If you keep your sanity, then you will find you're back outside the shelter, and at your feet is a chocolate pudding cup. Should you lose your sanity, you will become the dog and stay there for
It used to be you!
The pudding cup is item 537 and 538. Will you survive the famine?
This is the penultimate object!
Hold on, this implies that at this point in the world there's a famine, and only the pudding cup is like precious food.
It is the penultimate item. Is a normal chocolate pudding cup not worth?
Is there... What's object 538 of 538?
I don't know. I need to take my dog out real quick if you'll bear me. I have to put him in the back garden.
What do you want me to do?
I need to put my dog in the back garden. Please entertain these pests.
Okay, how long will this take?
It's like a minute or two. You can.
Okay. Go for it.
Hello, I'm on my way. Sorry, I almost became the dog and had to stay there for eternity.
Alright. Next.
So I did have one that was like, as you say, maybe it's time for 538.
Time for what?
Maybe just go straight to 538, maybe.
Sure, how do we get to it?
Just gonna find it. In one moment.
It's probably gonna be like the longest one.
Let me see if I can find it. I don't know whether it actually is anywhere.
Holders. I don't know how you would search by number.
Holder 538. The Holder of the Journey. Let me just find that one.
Holder of the Journey. I can't find... I see Holder of Justice,
I've
Holder
got one.
of Joy.
There you go, Holder of the Journey.
He found it. You want me to read this one, Chief?
Go for it.
The long, lonesome road that you are walking is coming to an end, Seeker. If you have survived this long and gathered 537 objects, then you must go to where your journey began. You must go to the first place you sought an
The
object.
final boss.
Wait, so you can only get this one if you've got all the others?
Yeah. It's the final boss.
Oh, shit. I thought there were, like, multiple seekers, each with objects.
Yeah,
but
the
you have to
objective
get
is to
this
get
battle
all of them.
royale. Oh, my. The first mental institution or halfway house that you could get yourself into. The first theater. The first maternity ward. The street where a homeless person in a trance-like state pointed you to a nearby sewer. Head there no matter the difficulty. When you step into the area where you first asked to see a holder, despite the weather conditions or other states of affair, you will notice that everything is exactly as you remember it being. The same person will be there that you first stated your intention to seek to. They will smile upon seeing you, and as you spoke to them upon your first meeting, they will open during this visit. You've returned, they will say. Is your journey drawing to a close? If you are not ready to face your destiny, then this is the time to turn back. There will be no penalty, and there will be no agents of him dogging your step. You may simply return when you again judge yourself.
It's like the final boss. It's like this is the point of no return. Are you sure you're prepared? Have you bought all the potions?
When you say yes, for you will eventually say yes, having come this far, they will stand up and smile at you. Tell me of the road you have walked then. The command will be a simple one, nothing in comparison to the horrors you have faced and the worst ones that you have committed in the name of the objects. You will begin to speak in your own pace of your journey to this spot. You will realize truths about yourself that even the mind-destroying speeches of the various holders have enforced into your mind, but you will not find yourself stopping, and your mind will not fail you in regards to remembering every detail. The tale will be a long one, and when you are finished, you will understand yourself completely. You will understand better than ever why you sought, the meaning of the journey, and too many other things to recount. All the same, your mind will eventually turn to all of the other atrocities you have wrought in your quest for the objects. The slaughtered infants, the ruined lives, the broken dreams created solely by you. Unless you are truly wicked, and perhaps even if you are, it will feel as if there is a hole where your heart is supposed to be. Close your eyes, the man or woman will say. Obey them, the last time you will ever obey a command or a rule in your quest for the objects. You will find yourself standing, naked as the day you were born, on top of something pulsating. If you look down, you will realize that you are standing on a corpse. The corpse of the first person that died is part of your quest, to seek the objects, as a matter of fact. Darkness will surround you, but you must walk forward. You will not slip or falter, and you will walk with confidence. As you step off of the first corpse, another will appear under your feet, then another and another. You will walk on a path of corpses, the lives you have destroyed. This doesn't hit as hard, because none of the ones we've read have required killing anybody. So I'm just
that
like,
kid got destroyed after the end, I guess.
The road will curve up slightly, and growls will be heard around you. These are the creatures beyond counting that have threatened you in your quest for the objects. They will roar and bark and snap at you, but they can do you no harm. You are the one who's gathered all of the objects save one, and they have all failed to stop you. They are powerless, and even the ones with forms said to be so hideous that they would drive you mad are plainly visible for you to look upon. You will come upon a mountain of corpses, and you must climb. So I guess this is a reason to get the putridity. You have to get all of them to get the last one.
Yeah, this is like the victory lap.
Putridity would be the last one I get, because I feel like it would hinder you in every other one. It will be a long, hard climb, but you can do this. You must do this. You've come too far to fail now. Upon reaching the summit, you will know that your journey is at an end. Around you will be the objects you have collected, neatly placed around a door. Two things lie beyond that door, Seeker. Object 538 of 538. And your destiny. What is this open-ended SCP bullshit? I want to know exactly what happened.
What's the item? But I do like how it's like just a victory lap, basically.
It does feel kind of satisfying. All this like bullshit. Oh, you go insane instantly, and all of them are like, no, and you're like, fuck you, I'm the man.
The
they can't do
like,
anything.
No, stop climbing the mountain.
Stop collecting objects. Can't hear you, small dog. Can't hear you, smile woman. Oh, child. Don't worry about it. That was satisfying. I actually like that, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, it was like heartwarming. It's like you go back to those, like, that shit was crazy, huh?
You spend 537 articles going insane, dying of RNG, and dealing with bullshit, and then in 538, you get to be the fucking man. Even the person you talk to, they're like happy to see you. There's no face of disgust. You don't have to stalk them. They're just like, what's up, bro? What if the first guy you visited was the guy you stalked for 120 days? Would he be so friendly?
We had some times, huh?
Man, I remember hearing your breath outside the door. Alright, what's the next one?
I did have one more, yes. Holder of the first seed.
First seed? I think we read that one.
Did we?
It sounds eerily familiar.
Well, let's revisit it. It's our own victory lap.
Huckle Pocket, who was the guy who commented on the last one, he's like, I've made it now and forever. He was the one who's like, I stare forever in the flames. Hell yes.
Let's get into it. Holder of the first seed. If you ever find Darjea's nectar, you'll probably be one of the ones who've been looking for it all their lives, and thus won't need any instructions on what to do with it. Just to say it's pretty simple, at least to start with. What's the format?
Hey, this is a format screw, okay? SCP head?
Make sure... Oh, I understand that. It's like Americans when they understand things in terms of cheeseburgers.
Yeah, you have to explain it in SCP terms. There's no CSS to jingle in front of your face, so you allow it.
Just the same, it's pretty simple, at least to start with. Make sure your affairs are in order, in case you have a bad reaction. Then, bottoms up. The coming months are the least pleasant part. You'll find yourself unable to keep food down long before you're far enough along to stop needing it. Same with sleep. The colour of the blood will be off and your veins will consequently stand out more. Expect a few ingrown body parts, little things, just fingers and ears and teeth usually pressing up against the skin. Make sure you're caught up on your booster shots because you're never going in for a checkup again. Or wearing anything more revealing than a trench coat in public, most likely. Eventually, a little cut on your belly will start unhealing, becoming a pus-filled wound in a few days. Over the coming week, 3 things will emerge from this. The first object resembles a greasy black beech nut with maybe a tooth or two growing from it. When you're dead, someone will eventually find it and use it to make a new batch of Darjea's nectar. And it will make things fun for future generations. The second object basically looks like a softball-sized cluster of veins, most of them broken and leaking oily black stuff, all wrapped around something. Then it'll squirm and you'll notice the twisted little skinless fetus in the middle. It will only survive for about 20 seconds, burn the remains.
Jesus Christ.
The third object will be let's just call it object free. It's easier that way. You can plant it anywhere you want. I advise some to place you where you don't mind spending all your time and no one else would go. Your backyard or under your cellar works if you don't have any roommates, so long as it's fertile soil. Dig at least 5 feet down. It won't want to be buried, but just keep piling dirt onto it. If you can still hear it when you're finished, you haven't gone deep enough. Its veins, or roots I guess, will eventually spread in all direction about 1.5 feet for every year of your life. Grass and weeds will grow stiff and bony or black and oily, or take on the colour and texture of a spider bite or rice paper. Wood will be infected too. You'll hear the arteries in your walls pulsing on quiet nights. The ground will rot with dead insect and animal life. Don't mow your lawn, it bleeds like hell. I like this one.
That's fucked up. It's just like, why is your grass so tall? You don't want to know. Let it be.
This is your sanctuary. No matter what threats or injuries beset you outside, here you'll be safe and healthy. Well, what passes for healthy for you now. And if you really hate someone, bring them here. Trick them into coming. They'll get infected one way or another. A lungful of spore, a thorn prick, a bit of residue on the hand. They will vomit.
So you can only really be a holder or a seeker if you're a bachelor, because what about your family?
They will vomit blood, and the blood will have tiny centipedes in it. They'll shoot out their own spinal fluids. Their eyes will milk over and hatch. Little spines and brambles will grow from the sockets. They'll survive for months or years. Your doctors will be baffled. It'll be completely fucking great. That's all for starters. You'll learn more as you go. Much more. But if I told you everything now, you might not do it. Whatever you do, just guard it with your life, with your very soul. If you think you're in danger of losing it, dig it up, kill it with a silver needle, let someone else make a new one someday. You'll feel as you've pierced your own heart, but it's better than letting it fall into the wrong hands. Because you're a holder now, and you better not let them come together.
Oh shit, so they're holders. But wait, how would you approach this holder? How would you find him? Halfway house do I go to? Go to any greenhouse and ask for the holder of Darjea.
Discord's in trouble.
Oh, bloody hell. He can't hear me again. Oh, that was a good one, too. Whatever. Okay, what's next? Oh my goodness gracious. Tanathy.
Yeah, it's having trouble.
Can you hear now? Tanathy.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta...
It was Discord itself. My speed was fine.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why. It's very strange because when we both test it and both our speeds are fine, somehow it's immediately my fault.
It is definitely your fault.
Why? What's your proof of this?
Because I have an Ethernet connection and it's a really, really good one.
My connection's really good too.
Is your Wi-Fi or Ethernet?
It's Ethernet.
If it's Ethernet, then I don't know. I don't know, bro. Where's the holder of internet? Holder of
Can I speak to him,
packets.
please? Fuck you! Come with
Bill
me.
Gates. That's him. Go
You must
to any
pass through the Bill
Microsoft
Gate.
store. Oh, that reminds me of this. There's a song I have to show you. Well, I'll just send it to you later. Do we have any more, or is that it for the day?
That's all I've got for today, to be honest.
Oh my god, we're not that far. Hold on, let me see if I can find another holder for us. Holders. Okay. What if we do the holder of... holder of honor, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, that's too long. No, we're not reading that one.
Okay. No other.
Holder of laughter is really short.
Go on. Show me. Give me a link.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My
You're
apologies.
pissing me off. Where's my link?
In any holder of laughter, in any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or any other halfway house you can get yourself into. Go up to the clerk and ask him or her about the one who calls herself the holder of laughter. She will look at you gleefully and gesture you to follow her into a forgotten hallway and into the forgotten wing of the institution.
Yes, the forgotten wing.
There will be a wooden door painted pink. The clerk will leave you there. This will be your chance to walk away. If you want to proceed, open the door with the hand you use less. If you open it with the hand you're accustomed with, an unexplained horror will lure you in, and you will be forever tormented for all eternity. If you use your other hand, you will see what it looks like a maze. You will see what looks like a maze on a large field. Make your way to the middle of the maze. You should see tables with an array of cakes, presents, toys, and balloons on the left side of the area. On the right side is a cave leading to a place that is filled with hopes that have been destroyed, dreams that have never been enjoyed, and fears that have been mentioned in life. Fears so horrific that one step inside the cave will make you mad. We're back, baby. Back to the classics. Go to the tables. There will be an array of different colored balloons, each with a grin on its face. Choose the balloon with the right color. What?
Based on what?
Yeah, what's the right color? If you choose the wrong one, the smile will slowly fade and the hole will appear at the bottom of your feet, making you fall in a bottomless abyss of pain and suffering. Choose the right one. What's the right one?
Just pick the right one.
RNG already.
Well, this wordplay is the one on the right.
Oh, maybe. Then the balloon will pop, making a loud noise that will make you fall on your knees. Close your eyes and count to 10 slowly. Then open your eyes and you will come face to face with a girl with pink fluffy hair, wearing over-the-top clothing, and a boy with black greasy hair, a black suit, and a grin on his pale face. They stand before you on a suspending platform, hung up by chains in a dimly lit room. They will extend their right hand, tucking the left hand behind their backs. You must retrieve an object from the girl's left hand. She will show some resistance in the process. After you've retrieved the brown package, you should be ready to run, fast. There will be a noise that sounds like a giant mechanical spider.
Very distinctive
Do not
sound.
look back. Do not look back, or I'll sit down and pray to your God for your life to end at the first bite. Otherwise, just run as fast as you can. Get to the door. On it, and you should be outside the institution. I assume open it. Now you can unwrap the package. It should be a golden necklace with a gem that resembles a blue balloon. This is Object 197 of 538. It is the joy in life, the laughter in each and every one of us, and a jewel that shouldn't be combined with the others. Or else it'll be your fate. What does that mean?
Not worth it, is what it means.
It's just like, I could just go to, like, a fucking Kohl's and get a necklace. Or, like, what's a jewelry store? Shane Co? I'd go to Shane Co. None of these objects are good. I guess because there's 538 of them, it's like inverse law of ninjas.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, Tan, are you tuckered out? Are you ready for comments?
I'm ready for comments.
He's so sleepy, guys. They call him Sleepy Tan. All right, let's see. Can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. JTKC says, I can't believe Bloodborne would steal the creepy British aesthetic from the SCP Nightfall canon. Truly shameful. Miyazaki should reimburse more muffins for their hard work. Good tales, though. Very cool, and very cool episode overall. Although the comment reading at the beginning rather than the end threw me off, like I suddenly got home and everything was backwards. It's also really epic how the one time I didn't comment on the episode in time was the one where you actually listened to recommendations. Very cool. But you guys should listen to the person who recommended The Shape of a Gun in the Apotheosis canon. One of my fave canon stories, and maybe an excuse to get Cadaver Commander on. Password, I would heal Tanhoney by giving him the Estus flask I found in the dumpster behind the pharmacy. It's not piss, I've tried it. It's very nutritious and will heal you, smile. Rating this one a 6.7 million out of 10. One for each British knife crime in 2023. Have a good week, guys. Smile.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I don't feel anything anymore. Ever since I got the holder of emotions.
Do you think the Estus could heal you from the holder of putridity?
No. I need special herb.
Oh, man. This Nick Nerp says, this podcast is freaking awesome. I've been binge listening every day at work for a while now, and I'm on episode 91. Keep up the good work. I'm happy to hear that. I always like these comments. They fill me with great joy and ego. MT2K says, that one guy in every D&D campaign. Can I fuck it? Also, you can drop the 2K1 in my name. You can never get the name you want unless you're first. Damn. So you're just MT. I see. MT, my bad. Stuvasar says, I've been listening to your podcast since May, and it has been very fun, but the mention of Lord Bung's confinement made me sad, since it was one of my favorite animated shows on YouTube.
I'm very sorry, I won't mention it again.
Yeah. Fucking watch your tongue, Tan. Skull Guy says, never done an RP game, but not for the lack of trying. A grimdark universe like that sounds awesome and much more up my alley. I need to find some campaigns I can join to sate this hunger for adventure. Please kill me. Looking for group subreddit, r/LFG. Roll20, there's tons of games you can apply to. Go to your local friendly game store and ask around, just talk to people. Usually they're up. Ask your coworkers, that's what I did. You can start a game that way. And if you're willing to DM rather than play, it's almost always easier to find a group. There's also apps I think you can use, but I can't speak to their efficacy. But I know for a while when I was first getting into tabletops, I would just apply to Roll20 games, and sometimes they'd be awesome, sometimes I'd be like, ooh. Although tabletops have gotten a lot more popular since I first got into them, so it might be harder, not like more competitive, I don't know. But I would just like apply to a game and get in. So I always recommend that to people. Insert clever name here says, I refuse to enter the Discord server for reasons beyond your understanding. Decoy password, Team Star Wars. True DSC Patriot password. I would heal Tanhoney by giving him one of every video game healing object until one of them works. If none of them work, well...
Will you put me down?
Yeah, just give lethal injection.
Mercy.
Comedy Man Kelp 4009 says, this podcast episode has been fact-checked by real discovering SCP Tantriots. True!
Hell yeah.
Chroma Bone podcast says, you win! Remember to check out my magnum opus.
Wow.
And then an anomalous writer says, continuation of Nightfall. Ah! Alright, Tan. We've come to the end of another day. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Is your heart warm?
I had to give it up to the holder of heartbeat shotgun.
Skipper! Just his fucked up body. Go to any supremacy office and tell them you're looking for the holder of heartbeat shotgun. They'll give you a look of disgust and ask if you're an enemy of the supremacy. And then they'll take you into a room. I wasn't good enough at improv to think of anything beyond that. Should we write like aetheral space holders?
No, the idea was not. You can probably pass the second I said it.
The holder of skeletal set. The holder of Wu Ming. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this one's a little bit on the shorter side, but we'll catch you next time with some more epic spooky tales. Bye!
Bye!